the little boy sent a letter saying, "Dear McDonald's staff, please can you stop putting toys in the Happy Meals? I would be very happy. I would be very happy. The toys are made of plastic, and it is affecting the world around us. It's killing a lot of animals. Yours sincerely, Jacob Douglas, aged 8, Essex, Basildon."
I mean, I agree with him, but I can't imagine him being too popular on the playground after trying to ban that.
And what did they respond to him? Where's this response? She said, in a heartwarming response to Jacob's letter, McDonald's said it will look to change Happy Meal toys by using a plastic alternative. I mean, yeah, great. That's not what he said in the letter, though. He said, "Can you stop putting toys in Happy Meals?" And you, man, said, "All right, I hear your comment, but we can't do that. We can't stop giving kids toys. What would we? What are we? We're not a charity here now. We're not KFC. We don't just give you good food. No.
We lose profits.
Yeah, we'll lose profits, exactly. So we'll find an alternative, and we'll continue making the toys. Everyone's a winner, right?
I think that's what you need to do. You just need to grind them down bit by bit, you know?
It's like, I was in the queue at KFC on the weekend, and I love overhearing people's conversations behind me. Because some people have the funniest conversations. So like there was this lady who was, I didn't look behind me, I just heard the conversation. So this lady was talking to her friend, and they were there with their families, their kids, and I think they must have been talking about their husbands and how they were talking about money. I control the money. I have another account, and I make sure if I need the money, I move it to this other account. And then she was just like, "Oh, you could probably." One of her friend must have said to the other girl, "You could probably clear your husband out, right?" And she was like, "Yeah, actually, I probably could, and he wouldn't even have a Scoobies." And I was like, "Whoa, whoa, people, what's your finances in relationships?" I was actually having a conversation with my best friend's girlfriend about this. Actually, she was saying that her mum gave her this advice. That this is the only one piece of advice that her mum gave her was that she should always be in control of the finances. Never have a joint bank account, her mum told her. Only have a joint bank account for bills. Because she was like, because it's true though, I guess, in a sense. Like, I mean, everyone needs to be in control of their own money. Because if we have a joint account, and there's joint money, this means it's money for both of us. So if I spend, I don't know, £2,000 from the joint account for my own purposes, maybe I shouldn't be spending. I need, this way, like, you can keep the innocence. I can buy my own stuff. There's never going to be a time where someone checks into the joint account and you're $2,000 down and. What?
I don't think I can be trusted.
What happened to this? Oh yeah, I just, I went, you just have to think of that excuse on the spot. What could I spend $2,000 on? A holiday. You went on holiday without telling me? No, I haven't been on holiday. I was planning a surprise holiday. Oh, where are we going? It's a surprise, honey. And then at that moment, you'll just be like, well, I haven't planned a holiday, but now I need to find a holiday from my own account, find $2,000, spend it on this holiday to help fuel the lie.
Yeah, I could couldn't be trusted. I don't think. No, I'm awful when it comes to that.
No, I am awful with money, so it'd be great if when I do finally find the love of my life, she can be handy with money. Yeah, why can't I use the podcast to find a woman? If you're out there, lady of my dreams, do
you have a comment section?
Yeah, man, just comment on the come on, yeah, right. I'm looking for a girl. So is Ben. Fuck it. This.
You leave me out of this.
All right, fine. Just Corey.
We'll concentrate on you today.
I want to play podcast Tinder, right? I don't even know where this is going. This all just popped up in the top of my head. So I want to play podcast Tinder.
This is when you need a jingle.
Yeah, this is where I need a jingle. I'm trying.
You should work on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on a jingle. I'm gonna make a jingle maybe, and it's gonna be dope maybe also. Yeah, I'll make a jingle, and I'm looking for, and it's gonna go like podcast Tinder.
I'm glad you have an idea for it already. Yeah, sounds good.
Right, so if I need the girl that I'm looking for, she just needs to be good with money. This is all I'm looking for right now. There'll be a new aspect that I'm looking for next episode. Whoever is the guest will just be like, "What's this?" And I'm like, "I'm playing podcast Tinder every episode. I'm letting the females out there know what I'm looking for." Now maybe one day I won't have to do this Tinder shit. Maybe Bumble and all that stuff. Maybe I won't have to do that, and then maybe the lady of my dreams will just come to me via the podcast. Why not, man?
Have you seen the that new thing that Tinder are doing?
No.
I saw it the other day. I was at some gig and they had a little a caravan type thing outside the front, and it had Tinder all over it. And you go over and they give you a hat. So when you're at the gig, you know all the single people from the hats that they're wearing. So it's now.
I did not know about that. Yeah. It's vibe. Do you know what I also saw an advert for the other day, which actually kind of made me realise how sad Facebook is. Facebook dating is coming soon.
Oh no.
So Facebook dating, if anyone, I heard that they're trialing it somewhere, but apparently Facebook dating is a thing, and it's going to be happening soon. They're going to roll it out in the different locations, I assume, but it really makes you think that how bad is things where they've already conquered social media now. They've bought Instagram. They don't own Twitter, but they don't need to. They own Instagram. They own Snapchat. They own WhatsApp. They pretty much own social media, you know. And then now they're going out to the next frontier, which is now dating. Connected people already date and connect on their platform anyway, so why not make a whole
it in.
have a whole nother platform for Facebook dating?
Did you hear about I think it was a joke really, but the left wing dating page called OK Comrade. I don't know if that took off that well.
It's brilliant. I mean, I guess that's progression.
That's what.
Can we call that progression if these segregated groups they have their own love circles, so they're not mixed with, I guess, everyone else in there? So does that kind of cuts out the thing where when you see on, I don't know, a girl's profile on Tinder and it says no Tories or something. Cuts out the middleman for that. You don't need to say that no more. They're on their own apps. Oh shit.
I suppose it would help in that regard.
Yeah, it would probably. But I don't know. What do you think about kind of the state of dating nowadays? Do you think it's kind of easier or harder than what it was?
Well, I don't know really. I think it gets harder as you get older, doesn't it? Isn't that
Is that all it is? Is that why it's so hard? Yeah. Okay.
Possibly. But I think as well that maybe on something like Tinder or dating apps of any kind, you kind of, a lot of people are left with a sense of like a lot of choice, don't they?
Yeah.
You know, like they're kind of like, oh, but there's this other person who's now
Yeah.
messaging me, or now there's this other person. So I don't know, like, I can't really comment. If
Yeah,
I'm
I
honest.
guess so. I don't know, I think maybe back in the day it was simpler because they didn't have much choice, but then that would make it, I guess, easier to know who you'd want because there's less choice. But then it's kind of better that we know that there's more choice out there, but then it kind of, I don't know, it puts you in this world where, like what you were saying, like, I'm talking to this girl, but then someone else has messaged me, maybe I'll talk to this person now, and then we'll just flip between conversations.
Confuses things. And
yeah. You kind of don't really get to know one person fully, and you're going, I don't know, maybe it's a good thing, you're finding what, I don't know.
I think some people look for like a spark straight away.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think that always happens.
Yeah. Because
Like
I don't know, it feels, there was a time in my life when I would say that dating apps is no different to meeting in person, because you still have the awkward first conversation and you get to leave it. But as I've kind of grown older with it, it's kind of now I've maybe thought about it more, it's kind of, yeah, it's I don't know, it's good but it's not good. But then it's kind of just kind of more of this social media world that we're living in, kind of, don't know, it's like, it feels more like you have to advertise yourself as you're like, it's like
in a box.
Yeah, or like you're a brand, or I need to sell myself to my future love interest. Otherwise, obviously you do have to sell yourself in some sort of way, but it feels more, I don't know, manufactured or cheap in that sense, because
especially when you just flicked. It's just a flick, you know.
Yeah.
In a way, it kind of like dehumanizes you in a way, you know, like, yeah. Although I think social media art and breakups is probably not, has made things a lot harder than it used to be.
Yeah.
I mean, before you could just walk off and forget about it completely, couldn't you? Well, these days it's probably a little bit harder.
It's true. You might still be friends with them on Facebook, so that you might see that dodgy status, that indirect status that they drop, and you know it's about you, and you're just like,
or mutual friends.
yeah, mutual friends. Or even if you've blocked them, mutual friends, that's the worst one. Mutual friends, they liked or commented on something, and then their post just appears on your timeline. You're like, but I don't even follow you anymore. Yeah, it does make life harder, I guess.
It's a strange alien, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's kind of like it's more the same kind of what I was talking about last episode. It's kind of like, because we've grown up in a time before it, so we've grown up with it. So
do you remember the dial-up sound?
Oh, yes, I do. I could not forget that. And then and then someone tries to call you, and
you can't use the phone.
You can't use the phone, or they call your house and they just hit. Oh, they're on the internet. You know, and I don't know. Yeah, it's just, it feels harder, but maybe it's like you said, as you get older, it just becomes harder to find someone.
It's a shame as well. I kind of noticed that, like you were saying, like we were kids just as the internet was starting to kind of come into what it is now. But you know, I'm sure you were the same when you was like a kid. We were out playing all the time out in the streets, or climbing trees, playing football, that kind of thing. And since like games and technology and that,
yeah, you see less and less kids
out and about,
and also, but then it's also kind of now everyone's, it's not a bad thing, but people are more cautious of their kids, I guess, because there's more kind of dangers more probably out there. So you in the same way that you probably would want your kids outside playing, you kind of want to protect them as well. So maybe you might not send them out for that reason. I don't know. I don't have kids.
Yeah, no, neither do I. I don't know.
But it's true. But as we were kids, I did play out more. Like that was like the thing. Like you come home from school and you're like, oh, can I play out?
No, we'll go and play games.
Yeah, we'll go and play. But now it's like, oh yeah, you finished school, yeah, I'll meet you on Fortnite online. Yo, man. And it's like, people